Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is Congresswoman Sydney Kamlager-Dove. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Brittany.
I'm really excited to get your perspective today as someone who was in the chamber on Tuesday night. Tuesday, President Donald Trump did deliver an address to a joint session of Congress. During that address, you did protest by walking out. You released a statement thereafter. Part of it said, quote, "There's only so much bullshit a person can tolerate." So to start off the conversation, can you bring me to the moment you decided, you know what, I'm getting up and I'm leaving?
Well, thanks for the question. So happy to be here with you and your viewers and listeners. I obviously was invited to the House floor to hear the joint address because, after all, it is my house. And as a member of Congress, you're able to invite a guest to sit in the gallery. And so I invited to be my guest Miss Sylvia Joyner, who's worked for USAID for 34 years and is friends with so many people who had been wrongfully terminated. And so it was important for her to put a face to the folks who have been fired and to hear the president explain why he's decided to do all of these actions. I certainly went in with the hope of hearing things that I've been hearing from my constituents. Although, Brittany, I will tell you that before the joint address, I got so many calls from constituents telling me not to go at all, and certainly not to stay if the president was not owning up to his part of the bargain, which is to tell us what he's going to do to help the American people. So I went in hopeful, but very shortly I realized this was going to be a deeply partisan speech, and he had 880 million reasons to keep me in my seat by talking about how he was going to protect and preserve Medicaid, and he never shared any of those reasons. And so I decided that I had heard enough. The reason why I talk about Medicaid is close to 60% of the constituents in my district rely on Medicaid to keep them alive. And so that was incredibly important for me to be able to hear the president talk about this very critical program.